Everybody, Carl Gould here from 7 Stage Advisors. You know, over the last 5 decades, or going back all the way to 1960s when television became a really big part of the presidential elections, it's been fascinating to be able to judge how we elect our presidential candidates and how their body language and how they present themselves plays such a big role in the race and how we elect our candidates, who we elect and who we don't. If you recall, John F. Kennedy wore the blue suit. Richard Nixon wore the suit that blended into the background and he was sweating. Ronald Reagan was a made-for-television candidate, as was Bill Clinton. And because of that, how we elect our candidates and our presidents is very much based on how they show up and how their body language is during these debates, during their speeches, and during any of the town hall Q&A sessions that they hold. So I've done a little analysis, how we elect our presidents, and my fine art, Donald over here with the hair and Hillary over here with her hair. That's how we're going to distinguish between the two. But here's how we elect our presidents. Watch this. So I have a little stick figure here, and our body language breaks us into three basic areas, okay? And this is how we build rapport with an audience and how we build rapport with others. There's our visual, or our ability to be visionary. There's our auditory, which is not only our use of words, but it's our balance. How can we modulate ourselves? Not get too high, not get too low. We don't get rattled very easily. So our visionary, all right, our auditory is a reflection of how balanced we are. And that's the temperament conversation that keeps going on between our two candidates. And the last one is kinesthetic. Kinesthetic is our needs of our body, our emotions, and our experiences. But what it shows up in our body language is how committed are we? How much will we stand behind what we say? So how visionary are we? How balanced are we? And how committed are we? And the way it works is, the candidate that scores the highest in each of these altogether, the cumulative total, helps determine who we elect. So if we were to look at Donald for a minute, he's got a ton of vision. I would give him a 9 in this area. He's very high on a scale of 1 to 10. He wants to make America great and build a wall and create more jobs. He has a huge vision for where the country can go and how he can make the country great again. However, he's not as balanced as many of us would like to see. I think I would give him a 4 in that area. And you say, Carl, are the negative numbers? No, it doesn't have to be that. He is balanced. He's been consistent, right? He's been consistent when he says, but he does struggle a little bit on the temperament side of things. He's too impulsive and too impatient and shoots off too quickly, right? Now, how committed is he? The guy's a builder. He works 23 and a half hours a day. He's sending out Twitter social media posts from his own phone at 3 o'clock in the morning. This guy's committed. Never takes a vacation. It will be doing the job of president will probably be less hours a day than he works already. He's a builder. This guy's committed. I'd give him a 10. What's our score? If we add them up, we have 13 and 10, we've got a 23. If we add the 3 of these up out of a possible 30, Donald is a 23. Now, let's take our Democratic presidential candidate, Hillary Clinton. She struggles in the area of vision. She does not have a great vision, and this hurt her in the 2008 election when she ran against Barack Obama, when it came down to the final stretch of the election race. Obama had a bigger vision. He sold us on hope, the audacity of hope, and Hillary ran out of gas with her vision. And her vision now is, I'm going to tax the rich, beat up on large corporations and make them pay for all this infrastructure. And she wants to make government bigger in order for us to somehow save money and improve the country. That's that vision is old and tired and has been played out before, and it hasn't always proven to be successful. We're waiting for something new from her. So I would put her vision down here in the 3 to 4 range. All right, let's give her, I'll give her a 3 to 4. I'll give her a 4 for the benefit of the doubt. However, she's very balanced. If you noticed in the first presidential debate, she didn't get rattled. She handled herself very well. She was very statesman or stateswoman-like, very, very presidential, okay? I'll give her a 9. And is she committed? Oh my goodness. She's an incredible pioneer, groundbreaking, groundbreaking figure, both politically. She's a role model in many different areas. This woman has been through it all. She's incredibly committed. Okay, so let's give her a 10. What do we have now? So we're basically back to a tie. They both get somewhere in the neighborhood of 23, right? We're giving them, but they each have an area that they need to work on. And here's what most presidential candidates do not do. The only person I've observed pivot during a race was Barack Obama. When he was challenged by Hillary Clinton on his stance in the Middle East, he was very low in the commitment. But he stood up and he said, I'm committed, I'm consistent, I've always held the same line. And from that point on, he pivoted during a race, which is very, very unusual. He pivoted during a race and he got a lead and never gave it back. It's the only person I've seen pivot, only candidate I've seen pivot during a race. Now, we've got a tie. All right, I'm not so sure we're going to learn anything new from either candidate as far as their politics. What we are going to learn is how bad is their track record, or how bad is something in their past that could take them down. However, for either one of them, they need to pivot in this area. Donald needs to work on the temperament and show that he can be balanced and be more presidential. Hillary needs to work on her vision. She needs to have some additional ideas for us as a country before one clear winner can be established. So there it is. This is how we seem to elect presidents every 4 years. The cumulative number between how much of a visionary are you and how balanced are you and how committed are you. Add them up, that total usually meets up with who we seem to elect, regardless of their politics. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. I hope this sheds some light on where we're going. It's going to be a very interesting home stretch. We're about a month away, and I think this is going to be one of the most historic presidential elections that we have witnessed, and we are absolutely going to make history. We're either going to elect our first woman president or our first non-politician businessman as president. One way we're going to make history. It'll be interesting to see which one of our candidates can pivot. Once again, Carl Gould, 7 Stage Advisors, and get out and vote.